Just another brother with another humble question. Just another brother with another humble question.
Welcome to another episode of A Brother with Questions. I am your host, B. Period. Man, I appreciate y'all joining me this evening, today. Let's get into it, man. Before we get started, I'll be remiss if I don't remind you to like, subscribe to the channel, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Castbox. Find us, man. A Brother with Questions. Like what we're doing, man. I want to reflect a little bit on something that I just found out. So I'm sure everybody here, of course, knows what Ancestry.com is. Well, I was curious, and so my wife was doing it and saw what she was learning in her process, and so I went on ahead and I said, let me go see what it is for me. And so I got my results back. You can see I shared the screen with you and what my results look like. It would seem based on Ancestry.com, there's 38% Nigerian, 21% Cameroon, Congo, another 10% Ivory Coast and Ghana, and then a bunch of other little things in there. And so for me, number one, I'm not so much surprised by the results, right? You see me. You see what I look like. So I'm not surprised that it says what it says, but it sparked another question. And so I was talking with some friends about it. And so they said, oh, that's cool. So now that you know, what you going to do about it? And I thought to myself, I asked them, I said, well, what do you mean what you going to do about it? Like, are you going to go do some research on these countries or whatever? And I said, no. like why? I had to ask myself, and you tell me in the comments, but why do I need to go do research on these countries? I get that that's my background. And again, you see me. So like you, I wasn't surprised that my background traced back to Africa. But as I saw it, I'm an American. I was born and raised in the U.S. My mother and my father were born and raised in the U.S. My grandmother, grandfather on both sides, born and raised in the U.S. My great-grandparents, born and raised in the U.S. Why do I need to go discover Nigeria? And I'm asking an honest question that I'd love to hear from you, because one of the issues I have, and I've talked about this on different on some of my podcasts, talked about on some other podcasts, but I'm not African American. I'm American. Maybe you say I'm black, and if you want me to identify based on how we do in America, I'll go with black. But honestly, I really want to have a conversation about why I can't just be American. If I can trace my family back for over 200 years in America, how am I just not American? Because there's other people who can't trace their heritage back in America for 200 years, and yet they get here and they have no problem calling themselves American. So why should I, someone who has over a 200-year history in this country, not be allowed to be called an American? Why do I have to now go associate myself with a continent and a country for which I know nothing about other than where it's located? I was talking with some of those same friends, and I said, Nigeria wasn't even on my list of places to visit in Africa. I'm just being honest. This is an honest conversation. Now, Ghana was, and maybe even the Congo or something like that, but it wasn't even a place. And so, now do I have some interest? Yes, I do. But do I need to go trace my roots and figure out what quote unquote village? Nah, I'm good. I know where I was born at in America. I know where my parents were born at in America. We're American, man. There's no African traditions that I need to go learn. I'm an American. And I truly am perplexed by the idea that I can't just be an American. Why is it necessary for me to also be or represent a continent that I've never been to? Why can't I just represent the continent and the country that I was born in and I'm from? And knowing me, this is gonna come up again. But that's my honest question. And if you have an answer why I can't do that, let me know. Why I can't represent the place that all of my ancestors that I can identify and have been in a place for over 200 years, why I can't just identify myself by that place. Because here's the thing. As soon as I leave this place we call America, guess what they call me? An American. They don't call me black in foreign countries. They don't call me African American in foreign countries. They call me American. So how and why I can be American everywhere else except for America? Make it make sense. Answer the question for me. Leave your answers in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And on that note, I'm B. Period. And I'm out.